This is not a mukbang, okay? I'm just eating candy because I'm fucking depressed as fuck. Fuck yeah, motherfucker. Fucking son of a bitch. God damn it. Candy all over me. God damn it. Oh, what's up, brother? Haze is so weird. Looking off into the distance, there's some whack-ass haze going on out there. It's like just like the haze in GTA 5. It's fucking wicked. Like literally to a T, dude. It's just fucking crazy, bro. It's pretty okay so far. You know, nothing too crazy going on. You know, been depressed all day. You know, that's just the default. You know, made some regrettable posts. Per usual. Yo, took a shower. Welcome to the stream. I'm addicted to candy. Cause, you know, appreciate it. I was thinking about going live on TikTok the other day, but I was like, oh shit, I need 1,000 followers. I guess I should just stick to what I'm doing. I've been doing some fuck shit over on TikTok. Kind of had to be there. I cracked myself up. Bringing my weird awkwardness into the mainstream. Honestly, this is starting to get sickeningly sweet, but fuck it. I'm depressed. You know? Oh my god, it's a fucking hummingbird. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this. But let me try. Oh, nope, he just left. You just missed it. Yeah, I do feel better. Especially after I took a shower. You know. Ate like a pizza thing. Did I do that on live stream? I think I did. You know. Cocked it blue a little bit. And, you know. Dropping these nerds everywhere. I also got a fuck ton more candy. I like to play Minecraft with mods. Specifically 1.12.2. You know, I'm not a new is bad guy, but I don't like the new version. It's good, but I don't like it. Because I prefer the pixely textures, you know. It really makes my brain feel all that good stuff. You know. Something about pixely textures, man. Really rubs me the right way. What's this? I am. I am. Go ahead. I like answering questions because I love speaking my mind. Got a lot of stuff going on in there. I like shrooms. I don't use them anymore because I'm in treatment right now. But I like shrooms. I like acid. Before I actually came here, I took a double tab dose, 2 gel tabs. It was fucking crazy, dude. And I also used to smoke weed every day. I'm depressed because I feel alienated from the world, you know? I had a lot of random people insult me and, you know, very, very self-attacking, you know? I go to extremes really quickly, especially when it comes to someone being mad at me in one way or another. I very quickly jump to the extreme of something like self-harm or breaking myself down, you know? Because I am very reactionary, you know? I like treatment because I get to be in a big mansion. That's pretty lit, brother. But, yeah. You know, doesn't change what's going on inside, you know? But I don't want to fit in the world. Are you kidding me? I just want to be myself and not be judged, but that's too much to ask, clearly. But, you know, because I don't know how to be anything but myself. That's who I am. I am myself. How can I be anything else, you know? I was gay when I was younger, but not anymore, you know? I was a little bit gay when I was younger. Yeah, I do. At this point, like, I'll, no matter what anybody says to me, I'll always do what I do. But, it's physical sport. Oh boy, that's funny. I once tried track. That didn't really work out for me. I once tried baseball, and I was just kind of sitting in the field picking grass. And I would literally just take the grass and pull up like a massive fucking piece of it with all the roots and dirt. And then I'd put it back in the same spot. And then, you know, that's pretty much all I would do. Is just sit there and pick grass and, or like pull up big little fucking grass clumps. It was still weird. You know, and I also like blowing those little dandelion things. And I wasn't really a sports guy, I don't have the patience for sports. No, it's fine. I mean, I like reasonably so. I was gay, but not anymore. But I was definitely. I feel like it does a little bit of both. I feel like it works against me. It's like I'm gonna insult myself before anybody else does. Like that's kind of the way my brain works. I'm gonna make myself feel like garbage so other people can't have the gratification of doing so, you know? And that's kind of why I do that, because it's like I did it first. They didn't get to have the glory of making me feel bad. I made myself feel bad before that, you know? So it doesn't really mean as much to me after a person says it, you know? That's kind of the whole defensive part about it. It's just hurting yourself before anybody else does, you know? That way, it's not nearly as satisfying, you know? Which obviously, that's pretty flawed logic, you know? If someone says something to me, I still fucking die inside. But, at least I did it first. So, you know, I guess that's a win, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Um, I used to do that all the time. Not in a healthy way, though. I get what you mean. But I used to do that not in a healthy way. You know, do anything for my friend's approval. You know, even if it meant going into the store and filling my backpack up with stuff, for them, bringing the stuff out to them. It was my friend group. And I was kind of like I was kind of the one everybody told what to do. You know what I mean? And, you know, I wasted a pretty long time in that position. So, definitely learned that you really shouldn't let people walk all over you because, it doesn't, from my point of view, I was like, hey, if I let this continue, maybe I will be more respected in the future. And, maybe I'll get to hang out with the cooler dudes who I don't really get to hang out with. But no, that's not what happened. Everybody just, you know, moved on with their life. And then, I have cool friends now. I'm grateful for the friends that I have. But, you know, I don't know. Nobody respected me until way later. Now we're kind of like all the leader, you know what I mean? It's great. because, you know, real people stayed around and, you know, oh my God, there's a floater in my vision. That's crazy. It's like moving up and down, and then I can move it back up and then do it again. Sorry, I like floaters. But yeah. Sorry, I'm getting really distracted by these floaters. They're sick. But what was I saying? I was saying, wow, I just completely forgot what I was saying. That's crazy. Something about my friend group. What was I saying? Shit. Oh, I've done that before too. That's how my first relationship started. And let me tell you, it was a very toxic relationship. Very toxic. You know, so not good, you know. That was when I was younger though, so, you know, doesn't really matter now, but you know, wasn't a good idea at all, you know. Wasn't a good idea to do something like that. Especially because, you know, I have a lot of really fucked up habits in my mind, you know. Just like, you know, what are they called? They're like things that you do because of trauma that you have. They're like these methods that just kind of manifest in life, you know. They're like a manifestation of your trauma. I'm not sure what they're called, but, you know, just weird habits that you do for no particular reason because of something that happened in the past. We're vibing. We're vibing right now. You know, chilling on this balcony. The sky looks a little bit darker than it is. It's like a little bit lighter blue than it looks. Maybe it's just seeing farther up. Let me see. It looks a little bit darker than it actually looks. But maybe that's just my brightness. Let me turn my brightness up. No, it looks about the same. I mean, things look a little bit more creamy in real life. I would say that. You know. It's weird because phones can see light that we can't see with our eyes, which I think is wicked. You know what I mean? So, there's probably a lot more light that we're seeing right now than we can actually see. That's probably why it looks different, you know? Oh, look, there's the moon. Lit. Wow, that looks big. That looks crazy in real life compared to the way it does on camera. Oh, and there's more floaters. Yeah. Yeah, I was about to start streaming music again because I've been working on a new song, but my headphones are dead, so I'm waiting for them to charge right now. So I just kind of started excessively eating candy because that's kind of what I do. Because I'm trying to quit nicotine right now. It's been a painful experience, and I kind of smoked a cigarette last night, so now I'm back to square one. You know. So I need to just. So I basically told everybody just like don't give me things, you know, because yeah, all the time. Well, not exactly 8-bit, you know, but they're chiptune. They're very chiptune oriented, you know. Although, you know, I don't use mainly chips. I use synth and chips and other just all different types of synths, you know. I used to fucking listen to chip tunes from this channel fucking called what was it called? Um should be man, what was it called? I don't even know. Something Strike. I don't know. You know, man, California's so weird, you know? Especially the drivers here. Drive like maniacs, you know? There was literally, we were driving down the fucking highway the other day, and there was this dude, his window got broken, and he like pushed out his window, and then glass just started falling on the highway. It was fucked. Started hitting the windshield. We were like, holy shit, dude, what the fuck is this shit, you know? Oh yeah, because I'm in treatment, because I tried to, you know, do some unpleasant acts towards myself, you know? Okay, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I tried to kill myself, so now I'm in treatment in California. So, you know. Because, you know, life kind of got me fucked up in that brain. So, I'm here trying to get better. You know, treatment isn't a magic wand where you just wave it and things get better. You know, it is my responsibility to put forth at least a little bit of effort, and I've been trying, but it's not exactly the easiest practice in the world. You know? So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be coming back. You know, I'll be visiting around probably late this January or later this month, you know. Probably coming back to feel the waters a little bit, you know. If I don't feel like I'm ready, then I'll probably come back into treatment, but you know. It's gonna be really weird, you know, being estranged to the place where I live because I've been here for so long. It's weird how, you know, being in a different place eventually just becomes the norm. Sometimes I just completely forget about my home, you know? It's like I forget sometimes that this isn't all there is, you know? It's like everything becomes so familiarized. It's crazy. I've had some, you know, spirituality. I think I've drifted farther away from spirituality than I ever have before because I've started to notice the one thing spirituality always has a lack of is evidence, you know? No real tangible evidence, just word of mouth. Hey, this guy said this thing, so that means God is real. You know, I don't deny the existence of a God, but, you know, I don't, let's not even get into that, but the point is I don't believe in spirituality or any sort of spiritual nothing. You know, I think I'm more into the idea of Spinoza's God. Because, you know, seems more realistic, you know? Yeah. For real. You know? It's like, I've looked into a ton of spiritual shit, you know? I've looked deep into that shit. You know, different practices, you know, meditation, which is a good thing to try, but it doesn't have anything spiritual about it. You know, I've found that spiritual is very imaginatively fueled, and to some degree, sometimes even fueled by fear. You know, but you know, there is something. You know, there is something that, you know, not necessarily spiritual, and this is just my opinion. There's something that, sorry, floaters. I love floaters. Um, there, no, wait. Fuck. There is something, it's not necessarily spiritual, but, you know, there is something, you know. My God, I can move the floaters back into the center of my vision because I figured out how. Now I can just watch them forever and they never go away. It's dope. Yeah, floaters are dope. And there's also visual noise, but that's not really as entertaining as the floaters. It just looks like a bunch of contrasted static, you know, which is, yeah, it's just noisy, you know. It's not as like obtrusive for me. It's definitely there, but it's not obtrusive. It doesn't make things harder to see. It's just like very it's just barely visible static. That's just about as noticeable as a floater. You know, there's more floaters. Apparently, floaters could mean like, that some part of your eye is like damaged or something. You know, like the liquid inside. And I've been rubbing my eyes for a long time, like pretty hard. So it makes me wonder sometimes. You know, and you know, I always appreciate that. Cause let me tell you, dude, the dudes at Pacific were not inviting at all. So, you know, it was cool to at least, know that there was some chill people around, for sure. I'm definitely getting better, slowly but surely, you know. I actually have an opportunity to go into a different program where I'll be able to get a job, but I'm kind of thinking about that. Yeah, dude, because thought I was like everybody was kind of walking on eggshells because I didn't talk much. So you can probably assume, you know. So it was just like awkward. I was just like, fuck, man. There's nothing I can say to make these motherfuckers trust me, So unfortunate. So unfortunate. Yeah. But it's been a while, so I've had time to get over it, but it was definitely really something, It's just like damn, you know. I wish I could just be different somehow, Like I wish like myself was good enough for these people. But and then I went to actual public high school and it wasn't better there at all either, Because everybody still thought the same things. Even the fucking teachers. It was just like, damn, you know? Fuck, man. You know? It just doesn't even make sense, Like, how can somebody feel that way about somebody, It's weird. Because I thought everybody just kind of knew that, I was dramatic and never actually gonna do anything, It's not like I said anything either that was hinting at anything like that, I was just quiet and sad all the time. So, you know, it's a weird time. It's a weird ass time. I'm glad it's over. But yeah, it isn't. It really isn't, dude. It really isn't. Everybody has their friend groups, and you're just kind of invisible there. It was fucked. I was like, damn, why did I even choose to come here? You know? Got a lot of weird looks, too. Got a lot of weird interactions that weren't very, they weren't very trustworthy of me, you know? So I just kind of started ditching school because I was like, fuck this place, Like, I don't need to sit here and be treated like this. I can just go home because my home is like a fucking couple blocks away, So I just ended up ditching. And then, you know, they were like, you don't really seem like you want to go to this school anymore. And I was like, yeah, I don't really want to go here anymore. I think I want to switch back, you know. Because, you know, that's public school for you. You know, if you don't fit in, you don't fit in. So funny. You know. To be fair, though, you know, there's a lot of wealthy kids who went to this school. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I keep it real. Because, like, how do I be anything else, you know? All I know how to be is real. You know? It's like I'm not a very good liar, that's for sure. You know? So it was just like, man, you know? For real. No, the weather is so dope here, dude. So dope. You know? I think you can see the ocean if you look far enough. Oh, fuck me, dude. I think the ocean is back there. I think that's the ocean that's right there below the sun. Let me. I don't even fucking know, man. I have to go up to the roof. Hold on. Oh my god. What the fuck? Yeah, I had to put it on mute because I can't record anybody. Because, you know, gotta respect everybody's privacy in there. Okay, let me see here. I think that might be the ocean. Let me see. I think it's the ocean. Sure. That might not be the ocean. I don't know. No idea. I'm in Southern California. Yeah, that's where I am right now. Oh shit. There's a car down there. There's car people. Oh shit. What are these intruders? Oh fuck. Yeah, but just the other day I was going back there. I was going up in the mountains. It's dope. You know. Yeah. It's weird. It's weird being in a big actual like big house. Having like an actual room. You know? It's crazy. Spider is so fucking terrifying. I haven't seen it. Oh my god. Ugh, god. That's diabolical. Ugh. I hate that fucking spider. Glad he hasn't moved. He's been there for a while. Like a while. Ooh. Honestly, I'm afraid of anywhere but where I am because let me just say, man, cities like that are horrifying. I bet they're crime ridden as fuck. Anyways, I have a shoe. Oh, well, that one's really not bothering me. It hasn't really come up in my space. He's up over there. And then, right next to the roof. So, at this point, he can live. But if I find him in my room, then I take action. You know. Oh, fuck. So, anyways, I'm gonna stream Minecraft now. This is my cool little Retroid Pocket that I play on. It's a Retroid Pocket 3. Fuck. Oh, God. Sugar makes me very tired. Shit. But, it's pretty cool. I like it, you know? Hold on. Fucking. What? Oh, I was doing it the wrong way. You know, this is my, see if I can. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's. I can play Minecraft Java Edition on it, which is what I really like about it. Because that's my favorite version to play. You know? And I like that I can put these awesome backgrounds on it. My other one, you should see my other one that I had before this. It also has a galaxy background. Hold on. The question is, where the fuck did I put it? You know? Ah, here it is. So I originally had a Retroid Pocket 2, you know, which isn't nearly as strong, doesn't have nearly as good of a screen. You know, I have a Windows 7 XP theme on it too. It's fucking lit. Yeah, this one can do mods too. I have mods on this one actually. I've never showed my playthrough on this one because I don't know. I didn't think I would be able to. Maybe I can try streaming on this one and showing my playthrough. It has less mods than I have on the other one. So, we'll be back. I'm gonna hop on. So we'll be back. Hope you all enjoyed the live stream. There's about to be another one.